Oh, boom, we are live. All righty. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, everybody? Now, there's a lot of people here today. We've got, almost fell into the play school. Let's see who's here. No. Anyway, so g'day, Paul, Brian, David. Anybody else who's out there? G'day. Now, after our organisation yesterday, I hit pay dirt. Yes, I did. I found the assembly sheets for the Mustang. So we're going to get a bit of a... It's been a couple of weeks since I've looked at it, so we're going to get a bit of a feel for where we are. I seem to recall we've got most of the painting done. There is still some small stuff to be done and some airbrushing to be done, and then, in fact, the main coats. But all will be revealed. Yes, it will. Now, voiced. Let me get to Aussie. Right here. I've got the socks on my feet, and on a wooden floor, they aren't great for trying to push the chair across, you know? Now, and in there we are. Now, ta-da! Oh, hey, Bassman, how you doing? Now, as always, before getting started, there is a fundamental ingredient I require in my person. Oh, yeah. Wah, wah. Now, bring the camera around. Right, here's our sheets. And whilst the box says Advan Corolla 11, I can confirm this is not an Advan Corolla 11. This is our Mustang. We'll put the decals there. Ah, yes. Now, there was a batch of things that needed to be, I'm not sure if it was, that things are coming back to me now. Here's the hull. You can see I've done some of the detailing here, and we might get back onto that today. See how we go. I was getting stuck into the front end, I remember now. Also, these are the wheel rims. There's also, I remember, it's all coming back to me now as to where we're at. Okay, wheel rims. Let's start. Now these are mostly engine bits, but right. Rubbing part of the front end. We've also gotten started over there. Now the bonnet, these are done. That's the door trim. I might give you a bit of a... Some of you would not have seen... the mags. Now we needed to do a bit of chrome on some of these. This we don't worry about for the time being. Nor that. Now, I think we're good. This is engine parts. Yeah, I'd say we are. Yes. That's clearly done. Oh, wait, no, it is not. Oh, wait a minute. I'll just check a few bits and bobs on there. Interior. Now, do I need to do any tidy ups? Probably. Yeah, a couple of little spots here and there. Mostly it is just varnish stuff. There's another spot there. All right. Now, engine block. Still wouldn't mind getting them a bit shiny on the top there, so we'll probably might consider that, but put that with the engine stuff, obviously. Pop that over to here. And don't worry about that yet. Not sure what the dealio is with those. We'll pop them there. Clear parts we're not worrying about, except for that one. That requires we paint it to that point. What do we have here? Yes. Now, there are some small bits here on the battery that need to be done. I think these are looking pretty solid. We'll put them there. Might redo them just for, they're pretty solid actually. Then we're safe on them. I'll take them as being, whoops, a daisy, done. Now, exhaust. Now I seem to recall this needs to be the same color as the stuff in this bag. I'll check that. This actually, these are the little things up on that goes like the flaps up on the window. Trying to decide if I should airbrush that. Am I going to airbrush that color at any given point? Probably not. Otherwise I'd just be doing it for that. Nah, we're not doing that. Although I can also feel we'll need some surfacer. So we'll pop that over to there. Springs are done. Seats are now. It's a bit of jiggery pokery here, I believe, to be done. So I want to have a look see at that. Everything else in here is here's our dash. Now I have 3 unidentified pieces. When I identify them, I'll decide what I will do with them. Yeah. All right. Now, as I said, we can take that as done. Now these parts here, Jesus. I was going to give some of you a zoom in on some of the stuff we had completed because it's actually pretty cool. Now, whilst I know David and I think Bassman have seen this, I don't think you have, Brian. So here's our dash. Now, bearing in mind there are decals yet to go on to sort of like do the actual gauges and stuff. But here's our dash at this stage. Our door trim's in pretty good order. There's a bit of a blotch, but that'll be covered by varnish. Here's our interiors. Now, I might just zoom that out a little. It's a bit cramped. Now, here are our mags. And the deal here is that we now need to do the bolts to highlight them. And I might need to do some tidy ups. But I think I've gotten the black fairly clearly on that to highlight the relevant parts. Yeah, these are just various interior and pedals. shockers, steering wheel. Yeah. So we're getting things in order. Now, what I wish to locate next with people or confirm was the point. Now, where's that bag that had? Here's the bag. Now, if I am correct, these and these will all be airbrushed. I think it's chassis black. In which case I shall deposit them in the bag. And we shall make further assessments as to what's going on. I also want to identify these 77 and 78. I'm going to do that now, you know. Yes, I am. Here they are. And they are chrome. Okay. Oh, no, they're C, which is not necessarily chrome. I think it's aluminium, actually. Oh, no, it's chrome. Jolly good. Right. Now, next. So, but that's not the ones. Okay, well, that's them identified anyway, and what color they're going to be. So I might pop them, because there's also some chrome we need to do on this. This is coming off. This is not good. Look, we may as well do it properly. Where's that bloody sprue cutters? Should I randomly and foolishly put them away? Heaven forfend. Right, because there's some chrome we've got to do into there anyway. So we'll put them with that. Might as well smooth the other side off. On here, that is. No point just leaving the rough stuff there if you want to get rid of it anyway. There. It's going to be a bit annoying when it comes to doing the brushing, but we'll work it out. Alrighty. There we go. Now we'll pop that. Actually, that's probably should go over here. Now, that's what we were doing. We were identifying things, weren't we? Or identifying colours, more's the point. Now, get this away. Next. So, pretty sure they're all chassis black. Now, let's have a look. Gone past it somewhere. Aha! G is the color they have listed that as. Now, let me just confirm a few other bits. So that G is that frame and the radiator. We've got that there, but I reckon that they as well are G. Once I can find them. Hey, oh. Yep. There's a bit of jiggery pokery. Part of this. Now, indeed, there's some brackets there. And they are gold. Oh, no, chrome rather. So, we can do them. I'll do a bit of chrome work today. I would suggest is where this is going, but the rest is indeed G. So we'll do the chrome, mask up, spray. And I'm indeed correct in that. And I'm pretty sure that G is chassis black, or at least that's what I'm using. Correctamundo. Alrighty, nice and easy. So that's all that identified. That's on here already. Jolly good. Now we're doing chrome stuff at this stage, it would appear. Alright, now, with that being the case, we're going. Alright. 2. Rubbing. I seem to, in transit, have misplaced one of these, which is a bit inconvenient. Now I might be able to find another one. I have a cunning plan. But also I've got to go back to the old place anyway. And I'll see if it's on the floor or not. That's not impossible. All right. Now, what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, we're going to identify our silver metallics. And these are the ones we're going to hit today. We're looking for C. Done all of that, don't need to worry about it. Done. There's no C there. Ding, ding. So far we're cruising through it. Here we go. Now, as I said, it's the bolts on there that need to be done. There's, get off of there, those that need to be done. There is, there's more than that. Obviously there's those little clampy things. The lights. Oh, wow. Interesting. The radiator cap is apparently chrome. Okay. This we will do. Anywhere else? The edges and interior of the lights. And around the edge there. So here we go. Or do I want to do another round of yellow and black before I do that? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, but in the meantime, we'll get on with these ones. Now, and I didn't identify those other parts. I'm going to do that very quickly. What are their numbers? What are your numbers, eh? We've got 81. We've got unidentified. And 155. Now that would be later in the process, I would expect. Ah, 155. or 100. Okay, it depends on what's there for the number plate on the front, and it depends what number plate you're running with. At which point, I'm guessing correct. The real one, the other one there, is also for the number plate. Interesting. Not really. Never mind. So we can pop them over here. They're G as well. All right, we can do that. Now that reminds me. So this also gets to come out. And I wouldn't mind dealing. Alrighty. Now I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I usually think it won't take longer than it takes forever. So I'm not going to make any time predictions here now. One thing I do need. Oh, that's awkward pussy. Gotcha. Hopefully it's in here anyway. Aha. Our go-to Chrome. I'm not going to put that down there. I'm going to put that over here. Now, where to start? Most of it's fairly fine work with the in the Chrome. So, although that isn't, which is to say the muffler, or that for that matter, or these rather. So what we can do with them is, come here, come on, there we go. We can probably get a bit chunky for a punky with our brush selection on that one. We'll go, might as well go the whole hog. Now, here you go. Absorb that paint. Now, I don't generally use enamels because, well, I just don't. I tend to use acrylics because they dry quickly, or lacquers because they're easy to airbrush with. I was given this enamel, and I must say it's actually really nice to use. And as such, because my opinion of enamels was perhaps tarnished somewhat by Humbrol. There, I said it. Some people swear by Humbrol. I don't. Obviously. And because I found them really, for airbrushing purposes, just no. Way too thick, way too heavy. No. To me, I had used a couple of theirs, and I must say they were pretty nice. This is Hobby Master, I think it is. Yeah, Hobby Master. And they're really good. For a hand brush perspective, in this sort of circumstance, we're using one color. Yeah, that's what you want. I'll give you exactly the sort of consistency you would seek in a paint. Very good in that way. There we go. There's one. Yep, bit on the side here. Right, that's part of the exhausts. Nice. Tidy up there. Oh, hey, Brian. So, yeah, you see, I got when I was a boy. Certainly over here there were two brands of kits. There was Airfix and there was Revell. The adventurers might go for some of those cheap Japanese ones, but that was pretty much the draw. And the only paint was Humbrol. And when about 40 years later, almost 50 years later, I got back into it, or decided I was going to get into it properly. I assumed the terrain hadn't changed. And I soon learnt that, no. As I said, some people swear by Humbrol. More power to them. Each to their own. There's some nice looking exhausts. Give you a zoom in. Hang on a moment. Oh no, we could. Look at them shine. Now, oh, hey, Sprue, how are you doing? Now, next we shall all right. That's better. A bit clearer. More is less, or less is more, is often the case with painting. That was actually something when I was returning to the hobby. I know a guy who is, by profession, an artist. And I said to him, look, when it comes to painting, you got any tips? And that was the line he actually hit me with. Less is more. All right, so yeah, there's our... hang on, can't see shit. Mate, might come on. There we go. So we've got aluminium there, and you can see how that's very shiny and that's less so. All right, clean brush. Then we're going to go for a crisper brush. And we're going to do those little delicate areas. Oop. No, with that one we're not. Now, paper towel. Since I moved here, I'm actually hearing a lot more sirens, but that's just because of proximity to an ambulance thing. And I'm still right next to a main road. Well, not right next to, but very close to. But it bothers me less. It's just something you get used to. Nice crisp brush is what we seek now. I think I see one that will do the job for us, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Goggles. Now, first target I'm going to hit is the bolts on the mags. Fine, you need to zoom in. Now, one. The one was a bit tricky because it had black on it. Two, maybe here again. Diddly, not quite yet. Oops. Gonna have to tidy up some of the black. Never mind. Next wheel. One. Two. Almost there. Four. All right, that one came up okay. Next one, this one. Again, a bit of a touch-up in black required there. If I can get all of these bolts done on this one brush, I'll be fairly happy. The reason for that, no, I've done it again. Oh, well, might as well that. So we've got 3 spots that we're going to have to tidy up the black on. That's okay. Right, so 1, 2, 4 tidy ups all up. I'm going to clean this brush. I'll give you a zoom in. Oh, that was less than pleasant on my back, but I think that'll be less than pleasant on anyone's back, just quietly. Then we'll get on with the rest of this. Oh, Christ. My back just went, here, you, do playing Quasimodo. Cut that shit out. Felt that nice little bit of tension in my lower back right then. Did not need them apples. Oh, stretch up, big boy. That'll do it. Yeah. Now then, I'll just quickly pop that over to maybe there. So it's not in the way. And you'll see on these, there's 4 spots that need tidying up. But mostly, they're pretty good. Boom. Max. Now, zoom out. And we shall now, another fine brush will be handy, and this will do the job. Boom. We're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go chrome. That's a given. This we know. Okay, we'll start with the cap here. Now, that way. All right. Now, this is, as I said, just the cap that gets the chrome here. All right, done. Boom. Radiator cap. Now that gets airbrushed, same color as a lot of stuff. So when the time comes, we're just going to go blip with some blue tack, and she will be done. Now these are the same color as the radiator as it happens, but there's a little pair of brackets down here that are chrome, and they will receive a similar treatment of blue tack before the airbrushing. It was in base I have. Jolly good. There we go. Now we can come across here. Now, what's there with these? Or with this one at least. And of course, underneath. All right. 50% of it done at least. Because now we've got to do the other side. And then, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And then we got to go to the light things at the back there. We're going to do the front ones. I've done some more yellow and black on the front end. Right, so I've done this one. All right. Hang on a moment. Not quite all right. Oops, a little bit of zealous there. It's okay. So what we have here, I'm not quite sure what function this part of the thing serves, but we have those two brackets painted chrome. We'll mask them off and we airbrush the rest of that black. All right. Zooming out again. Getting a mouthful of coffee, I tell you. All right. All right. Next. All right. So once I've gone around the edge, might be better served getting a rough brush onto this. I don't mind being a bit sloppy with the chrome here. Because what I'm going to do at the end of the day is mask off when I brush this area black. So yeah. Always like the Mustang lights, the way they're shaped and configured. I think they're cool. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Now, once I've gotten the chrome on this, what I wouldn't mind doing is seeing about doing yellow on the front end again, or at least as the second coat, because when that's done, we can then do the black, and when that's done, we can then do the chrome in the front end, but then we complete. All right, one, and then the other. Alrighty, now that's these almost done. All right, and finally, actually not quite finally, but almost, there's our chromed up tail lights. Now, I haven't been completely happy with how the chrome's been coming up on the top of these. So I'm going to be a little more vigorous. But I don't want to be too vigorous. Oh, that's looking a bit nicer here. Maybe a bit more. There we go. What I'm trying to do here is, whilst the bulk of these rocker covers are aluminium, the tops are very shiny. I've been trying to do a dry brush with the chrome to bring that up, but it hasn't really played the game. So I'm just going hardcore on it. Yeah, like that. I'll show you in a minute. Clean brush. Then it's zoom in time. Alrighty. Now, let's see if I want to scratch my noggin. There we go. Now. So, what we did there, pretty small detail, but yeah, it's a thing of, one of my parts has come off, but I've found it for an absconded blue box of bits. Okay. Now, I'll pop the lid on this before I knock it over. Then I'll zoom in and show you what I've done there. Now, all it is, it's a pretty minor thing really, is, let's see if I can get a bit of an angle on it for you to illustrate it. Okay, you can see how we've got, on most of the rocker covers, it's all that standard aluminium color. But on the top there, it's very shiny. Apparently that is very much how they roll. They're not actually chromed, but they're very shiny. They look like they're going fully sanded back sort of a style. I've actually gone to apply a little bit of chrome to get that effect, but I think that's come up quite nicely. So there you go. In fact, that's probably a better angle for it. You can see it a bit more in operation there, with the top shiny and the bottom flat. So there we go. Now, next, what I would like to do more than anything else is to get the yellow, second coat of yellow on this. Now, and then in here as well. So let's do that. Here's our yellow, AN yellow. For those who are unaware and who are curious as to what AN is, that would be Australian National in terms of rail. Now, yeah, that'll do it. Now, tubs. I've got some paint on my fingers today. Yeah, a little bit. A wipe. Now we want again a very crisp brush for this purpose. Boom. Yeah. And our first port of call is right in there. We want to get right in. Oops, that was a bit lucky. Into there. And the reason I'm doing the yellow first is because if I do, basically it's going to be a layer thing. Yellow, then black, then chrome. And it will be easier to do it that way because yellow's right the way down here. There we go. It's hardest to reach at that angle, at least. And as such, is the reason why he gets the first jersey. All right. Well, that's defined the yellow, I think. Yep, pretty much. Now it gets easier. All right. Around this way. Starting to get there. That way. Right. All right. Now, next I'm going to go around into there. Yeah. Getting there. Now we get to the top. Being here. Now tomorrow, so I'll do is I'll continue with the Mustang tomorrow. We'll tidy up the black on this, and then it's just the chrome and the little badge. Oh, and a few other bits. But the bulk of the front end will be on its way. Yes, it will. All right. Yeah, now we're getting there. I'll give you a zoom in a minute. Now there's an angle I haven't done yet, but would like to. On this side, then we'll go to the other side. Yeah, that's better. Alrighty, around that way. All right. And all right. Oh, it's coming along. Zoom in time. So yeah, now tomorrow we're going to tidy up the black, mostly there, because as you can see, having to reach past the black to get the results in that. So we're going to tidy up our black. And that dries, we put the chrome on. Now, zoom out a bit. Let's get stuck into this. Now, I was about to start singing a song I rather enjoy. It's a pretty old one actually, by Ozzy Osbourne. When I say old, I'm talking about very old. This is one from 1981, I think it is. Diary of a Madman. It's a song I like because of I think the lyrics are pretty clever, pretty full on, but also the music's it's Randy Rhoads. That's all I need to say. Anyway, and I'll stop myself from having, how when you got a song in your head and you just casually think the lyrics and yeah. And I was almost just without thinking started singing. That's probably just as well I didn't, because the lyrics are just dark as. Which, to be fair, is unsurprising if your subject matter is mental health or lack thereof. I believe the lyrics were written by Bob Daisley, the bass player, when he was in his teenage years. He had had some pretty big demons, and he'd kept a diary, hence Diary of a Madman. We have some paint activation issues going on there. I'm not quite sure how or why. I'm going to avoid that area for a moment. Rubbing. I'm going to change my brush. Yeah, I think it's possibly some black that was there before. Either way, I'm changing my brush. We're going to avoid that area for a bit. just get up this end for a bit, away from where the mucky stuff is. Now, yeah, now I'm going to try, once I start getting across to where I was before, to try and, I'm hoping that things will settle down adequately, that I can get stuck into that. All right. There comes the tricksy parts. Not tricksy, but the bits that were giving us a bit of jip before. Might be okay now. Be shortly to find out. Now we come across here a bit more, I reckon. I would like to get this area of the engine bay completed, if possible. Today, or at least as much of it as I can, notwithstanding with that paint activation thing we got going at one end. Yes, rubbing. Oh yeah, we might be okay. Now it's looking better. Once I've got this area completed, I'll give you the zoom in. And all right. Yeah, now we're getting there. All right. This last little stretch will possibly take a little while. Sounds like one of the neighbours might have a Harley. Actually, I'm told that's not necessarily specifically a Harley noise sound. I don't know if you guys heard it. But it's to do with the exhaust manifolds or something. And I know this because my, former brother-in-law used to ride motorbikes. And his was a Honda, but it made exactly the same noise. And I thought he had a Harley, so he wouldn't ride one of those in any circumstance. But it's a manifold thing, and he does it so there's no way people can't hear him coming. Yeah, there's a certain logic to that as a motorcyclist, you'd have to think. That even coming, all right? As to whether that necessarily makes him safer, depends on the level of stupidity of the driver. All right. This area is coming together now too. That's good. Might give some of these areas a bit of a revisit in yellow, but our main focus tomorrow will be jet black, and a few other bits and bobs. All right, almost. Alrighty. So, boom. All right. Now, I am going to clean my brush, and that will be us done for today. Hey, GB, how you doing? Now, I'll show you what we've done today, Gary. It's not too much. It's just a bit of chrome and a bit of yellow. Yellow again. So let me just clean this brush up. Whoa. Now, all right. So, what we did, hang on, let me just plug up this yellow paint. All right, what we did, let me get my little pad for backing. We did some chromed up some exhausts. We hit the chrome on our tail lights, the radiator cap. Can't really see that because of the shade, I think. There we go. Brackets. And mags. Hang on. Some of which need a bit of a tidy up. But mags. And we did some work on our front end, which is here. We got the yellow pretty much solid on that. Tomorrow we're going to tidy up the black there and just do any tidy ups on the black. After which it's chrome. And we're doing a similar sort of operation with this one at the moment. I need to find out what color to paint that bottle. Alrighty. But at the end of the day, that is me done. I'm using, give me a moment, Model Master Silver Chrome. I was given that, and I gotta say, it's pretty bloody good. Thank you, David. They don't seem to be that easy to locate as a brand of paint. They are enamel. I don't generally go enamel, but I've got to say, yeah, airbrushing, no. Hand brushing, balls, big balls, good shit. Yeah, simple equation, really. All right. Now that's me done for today, as I said. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Now, if there's any first-time viewers out there, you know what I'm about to suggest. Follow, like, or subscribe. I'm sure you can work this out for yourself. If you'd like to track me down other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And what do we do, people? we follow, like, or subscribe. Yes, we do. Now, tomorrow I'll be back, and as I said, we're going to do the jet black on the car. Maybe a couple of other colours when we've got a bit of time. My pleasure, David. Yeah, thanks, Vassman. I feel I'll catch you tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see how we go. What I want to do with the car is I want to get all the hand painting done before I get onto the airbrushing, and then just click, 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 click. Boom. Alrighty. Thank you very much, guys. I will hopefully catch you tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And catch you then. See yous.